there's a video in which I will show later on, where we interviewed the learner. And this is another production in which I asked them to create a poster based on the part that they have done it, they have made. So, in conclusion, annotation is actually possible if we know how to do it. Until today, I'm still struggling to unravel the mystery of the textbook itself. Why is textbook necessary? So, we are actually in the learning process. Textbook is a reference book. It doesn't have to be too rigid if you know how to make it interesting. For example, I recently went into a relief classroom and I have to teach maths. And maths, for an English teacher, I was a bit nervous because I wasn't able to teach maths in Malay. It was due to the translation. So what I did, I have a look at the textbook. I can see that there were pictures of learners looking at seashells. So I asked the learners, all right, now you have a look at the picture there, and you try and make an operation, based on that picture. So they have to make the operation. So they were doing some division on the seashells. So they look at the picture and they try to make that operation itself. So it's actually depending on how they adapt. If we are able to utilize the textbook properly, we don't actually need a lot of money to buy the resources, when actually the resources is just in front of us. You can do, for example, now at the moment, what I used to do with my learners is that I ask them to open our textbook, turn to a specific page, but when we start with the lesson, we don't go straight away with that textbook. We give them something that's totally different, but when we teach them, they will have to refer to the textbook again. See, they want to know, they want to find out. So, for example, in that textbook, there's the talk about preposition. So we show them. I ask them about situation in the classroom. So they have to refer back to the textbook. They will look back. Oh, this is a preposition. So that's the importance of the usage of textbook. So it can be interesting, and it promotes socialization. As a reference book, doesn't have to be following that. The learners may be able to read from page 1 to page 100. Within the first month, but they wouldn't be able to know what the teacher is going to do with that textbook, the kind of magic that they want to show, so that the learners will always become surprised with the teacher. So that's very important for us as teachers to adapt the textbook. I'm going to show you a little bit of a slide here of the work that we have done. Maybe it's not very clear, but
canggihnya handphone dia.
So you can also use a different gadget to show slides. Okay? So we have shown to them how they make it. Alright? So there are various ways to show this. So they will have to look at the photos and they will react to it. And so when they come back to the class and they say, hey teacher, I've watched this in the blog and I think it's very interesting. Look at how he planted his tree. So they can see that
Cannot see anything.
the growth of the tree. Okay? Alright, okay. So these are photos.
Okay.
So they will have to go through the picture. They know that this is my plant, you say. And then this is a video.
We have 3 plants. Green seed plants, chili plant and balsam. This is the third week we're posting this video. See how it grows.
Okay, so those are the activities that we can actually do by using a simple textbook page, one page. Alright, so with that, just a recommendation, maybe we can do a little bit of assessment on the student, and it can be in various ways. What I'm planning to do right now is that I'm going to make an assessment for the student by transferring whatever points that they have made into the blog so that they can always refer to the points. So with that, I end my presentation, and if you have any question, then ask.
The floor is open to questions or comments, feedback, reflection.
I would like to know how you monitor the student work, because the students should be forced every week, right?
Yeah.
Then, do you give feedback directly every meeting, or you just send suggestion by using what is it? Blockbuster.
Yeah. Since it's a blended learning, it can go both ways. If, let's say, the learners, they post the feedback on the Blockbuster concept, I will reply with using the comment on the comment section, on the online section. However, if the learners decide to give feedback within the classroom, I will give the answer straight away. But for the assessment, we need to let the learners to express themselves for using whatever means necessary. So we are there, we need to guide them to make sure that all of the students are participating in the activity. And I hope that answers your question.
Any other comments? Feedback? So that's it for today for the panel session. We thank Mr. Fayadh for sharing with us his experiences in dealing with how to adapt the textbook. So we cannot downplay now the role of the textbook. Sometimes we forego the textbook altogether, but I think, as he has said, sometimes we need to work on creatively using the textbook and have a look at it. Okay? Alright, so thank you, Mr. Fayadh. So we rest for 5 minutes before we begin.